Yes, Mike, yes. How are those two trackers going? Pumping out a lot of electricity? Yep. Oh, look who's here. Excuse me, can you just hang on a minute? Whoops, just hung up on him. How you going? Welcome to the solar office. We've got water views here. Yeah, I've been involved in agriculture for about 20 years, seen lots of ups and downs, much more downs, and that has led me to think outside the square and try and do a few different things. It's led me on to solar. I've got another idea of farming kangaroos, even though there'd be a lot of red tape involved with that, but we could probably get around that somehow. Yeah, and the carbon farming. That's not bad. That's about 3 times as much power going in as power going out. Yep. Makes me about a case of Coronas a day. We've got to buy the lime though. Better turn this thing around a bit. Okay, here we've got a 10 kilowatt solar tracker, it is. It follows the sun all day, follows it east to west and tilts up and down. So it's always at the correct angle to the sun to produce maximum kilowatt hours. This machine here makes me over $6 million a hectare because it only takes up 9 square metres of space on the ground. So I can still graze underneath it. So yeah, $6 million a hectare is not a bad return. Thinking of setting up table and chairs underneath it. You'll always have a bit of shade for the solar cafe. What would your order be today?
I'll have a cappuccino, thanks Tim.
A bit of a future plan is to start a solar cafe, bring people out here on tours, show them the solar tracker and make them an awesome cup of coffee. When I'm driving along on the road, I'm going to have solar panels on the back of my ute on a cage, and then I'm going to make people coffees from solar power. Every autumn we pretty much ran the place back to just dirt like this, and we basically stripped the carbon out of the soil. So we saw no future in that, so we started on a course of building carbon up, which then retains more moisture, allows other plants of better quality to grow. So yeah, so this whole paddock used to be like that patch of dirt. We get to grasses that just want to cover the soil. Often it's Patterson's curse, cape weed, that sort of stuff. But this couch grass here, it just wants to cover the soil. And then as we move further into this system, the more years you go, you start getting other stuff coming. That's Brown's love grass. You just keep getting better quality grasses coming along. So then we move from those sort of grasses start getting into some summer bent grass, or some people call it warrego grass, which this is a really good one. And you can just see how it's just coming back thicker and thicker. That's sort of what I'm aiming for. But I don't want a monoculture of this either. So it's good to have other things coming up in between. Plenty of production in that. Much better than the bare dirt. Can't argue with that. Okay, got a bit of regeneration happening here. That one up there's some sort of acacia, wattle tree. We've got a little gum here. And A lot of these paddock trees are dying, as you can see over here, and it's a legacy we don't want to leave our kids. It's just paddocks with no trees or dead trees, so that's why we're letting this happen. Okay, the next part of the plan is to go kangaroo farming. Our farm here is very well suited to kangaroos, and since we've been running our system and producing more grass, we've found we're getting thousands and thousands of kangaroos coming onto the place and breeding up. So Amy and I thought we might like to actually farm kangaroos and see how that goes. Because yeah, roo meat in the supermarket, I've noticed, is as much as beef sometimes. Once you start getting grasses like this, you start getting lots of lizards and little reptiles, insects all in amongst the grass, and birds, different types of birds come back, some birds that I've never seen before. The seeds on the native grasses they like to eat. It's just really encouraging to see stuff like that.